Hello. So on today's pageant advice video, I'm going to be talking about pageant ad page sales. Kind of what are they about, and are they worth it? So for starters, let me go ahead and show you a program book. Now in a program book, you're going to find a couple of things. So here is one, for example. This is from a pageant that I participated in 2 years ago. Really quickly, let me show you what I used to look like. That's me in the middle. I used to be blonde. I was blonde. Yeah. Sorry. So anyways, in a program book, you are going to find a couple of things. You may find some information about the pageant, a little bit about maybe their judges, some bios, some of the values of the pageant system. And of course, you're going to find some information about the contestants. You're going to usually see like a headshot with their name, kind of some information maybe about like their family, their hobbies, interests. You know, you're going to see a lot of like, you know, here's Susie Pootsy, and she wants to save all the dolphins and feed all the homeless people and all that good stuff. So yeah, a little, you know, you get to know people and their intentions, or what they want you to think their intentions are. However, let's go ahead and move along. Now, what I will show you is an example of an ad page. So let me go ahead and I will block this person off so that mama don't contact me and be like, why are you showing my kid up on YouTube? What's wrong with you? So here is an ad page, and you basically see some information about various sponsors this person or their family went to, and that they have procured their business cards and put them on the ad page. And what I'm blocking here is a picture of the contestant. So, you know, generally you'll see a little contestant picture with some sponsor information. Now, what's a sponsor? Basically, you know, you go out into your community and you go like to the businesses like you frequent, such as like, let's say your hairdresser, a grocery store, I don't know where you get your car fixed, like you name it, you've done business there, you can go there and be like, hey, I'm in a pageant and I need to get some money, and I've been a loyal customer here for a while, so please go ahead and sponsor me. You know, a lot of systems are like, you know, this is a really great opportunity for you to get out in your group and in your community, and you can network, you can start working on your communication skills, you can start talking about like your platform if you have one. But for the majority of pageants, you know, the kind of pageants that I'm talking about, not a lot of them are based more on like the platform, they're more like beauty pageants. Like you do this because you want some crowns and some trophies. And I know that may sound horrible. People are like, oh my God, that's just awful. And why are you making a video about like all this stuff, like about crowns and money and trophies? And let me just put as a disclaimer, this video is not, you know, indicative of the whole entire pageant industry. I'm just talking about, you know, a small segment of it. If you ever competed in a pageant such as, you know, one of these that has asked you to procure a ad sales page, you know, hopefully you might be able to find this video somewhat informative. So back to what we were talking about. Now, there's another thing you can do with an ad page. You can turn it into kind of like a good luck page. And this is basically, you're going to have a photo of yourself with some good luck messages from family, friends, you know, best of luck to our dear old Susie, to Sylvia, to whatnot, you know, we believe in you, blah, 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 blah. You know, love mom, grandma, grandpa, the dog, the gerbil, and your dead fish. Yeah. So now you ask, what's the point of all this? Like, you know, honestly, like, can't I just go and like say good luck to this contestant? Can I send them a text message or leave like a freaking Post-it note on their door? Like, why do I have to like give them $150 or however much it is for an ad page for them to go and like stick this in this book? You know, why do pageants have people do this? So let's go ahead and get into that. Now, a lot of times pageants will encourage contestants to go ahead and purchase ad pages because what they say is it'll help enhance the quality of the production, the quality of the pageant. It'll help get, you know, more scholarship money for them to give out to contestants, or more prize money, better trophies, better gifts, all that good stuff. You know, you name it, your sponsorship money is going to help that. Okay, so that is what we are told a lot of times. Now, whether or not that goal is actually made, or whether or not that is the reason for these ad page sales, I don't know. We will get into that though. Okay, so what happens when you go ahead and you get some of these ad pages? Like, what do you get out of it, you know? Other than having your picture featured along with grandma's good luck schnooky wookie, or hey, if you come get your oil change at Bob's Oil Change Place, we'll give you 10% off. Yeah. So what's in it for you as a contestant? Like, why do you even like bother doing this, I guess? Well, a lot of times pageants will have little incentives for you. Like my sock bun. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Focus. say you sell one ad page. Now, depending on the pageant system, of course, like the ad page sales might differ in cost. Maybe let's say they're anywhere from $75 to $150, like an average. Sometimes I've seen systems charge like $800, $900. I'm like, whoa, are you on crack? You crazy? You cray. Anyways, so let's say you sell one ad page and average cost is like $150. What do you get as a contestant? A lot of times, be like a small prize, like maybe a little crown, a little tiara, a little trophy. So a lot of times I've seen pageants do like the tiara thing. So let's say you get one of these. This is a tiara that you would get for selling one ad page at so-and-so pageant. Now this tiara costs about, I want to say like $8 to $12. I know this because I have looked at wholesale websites for crowns, trophies, tiaras, and whatnot because I actually was interested in starting my own pageant system. And I kind of started up like all the work. I did the paperwork. I found like a venue. So I have a little bit of an understanding like as to like what the costs are for like trophies and whatnot. And the more you buy, like the cheaper the cost is for it. So this is like about like $8 to $12, I want to say. Now the cost of like a trophy, you can get a trophy that's like this big, like I want to say about like 12 inches. I don't know if this looks right on your screen, but it's like about 12 inches. Anywhere between like, I want to say like $5 to maybe like $7, depending on like what's on there. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. So let's say for that one ad page, you get this little tiara. Now let's say you sell 3 ad pages. You might get a bigger crown and maybe like a trophy along with that. Let's say you sell like 5 ad pages. Then you get like a 6-foot trophy. So you kind of see like the more you sell, like the incentives kind of grow bigger. And a lot of times these pageants like cater to younger, you know, a younger demographic, like young kids. So they see like, oh my God, I get a big trophy. And you get like these big bug eyes like, oh, I want it. And that's how I was. I started pageants when I was 12 years old and I came across like these, you know, ad page sale things. I'm like, wait a second, all I have to do is sell ad pages and I get this like 6-foot trophy and like this crown and like teddy bears and all sorts of stuff. Like, oh, I want to do it. Yes. I'm like, mom, we have to sell trophies. I mean, we have to sell ad pages. I want trophies. My mom looks at me like, how much is this? I was like, well, for a mere cost of $150 times like 6 or 7, I mean, we can get this trophy. And she's like, what? No. I'm like, but, bat the eyes. But mom, no. So, I mean, thankfully my mom kind of knocked some sense into me because when I was little, you know, you don't think about like, oh, this costs this much. You're like, I want it now. And hopefully if you got some good parents, they will give you a nice little ass whooping and kind of check you back into reality because then you're going to grow up and you're going to be like, oh, I want this now and I don't care how much it costs. And then you're going to be like that when you're 30. And does that look good on a 30-year-old? No. Sorry. Just some extra food for thought. So anyways, going back to what I was saying, there are some incentives to purchasing these ad pages. Now, the main point of me making this video is because I know pageants are gaining popularity. You know, a lot of girls might be going into a system for the first time and they're like, they feel they are obligated to purchase one of these ad pages. Because a lot of times these pageants, they'll make you feel like if you're not purchasing ad pages, you're making this like a shitty production for everyone. I mean, you know, everyone else is doing their part. Why aren't you doing your part? So girls might be like, oh my gosh, well, if I'm not doing this, maybe I'm not going to win any titles. Maybe they'll like use it against me. Now, I've never ever once purchased like an ad page and I've won, you know, good amount of pageants that, you know, had ad page sales available without doing so. I've seen girls on the opposite end of the spectrum invest like in maybe like 10 to 20 ad pages and they didn't win anything. So, you know, hopefully there's not a pageant out there that's like, wait, if you didn't buy my ad pages, just forget about winning. You never know. I mean, anything is possible. Now, I guess this is where I draw my personal opinion in. You know, you can agree with me, you can disagree with me. This is just my opinion. This is my experience in this, you know, these pageant systems for the last like 16 years of my life. You know, I've seen that, you know, they are generating, you know, quite a bit of money off ad page sales. For example, the book that I had showed you, let's say this is about, you know, roughly 300 pages. I want to say about 30 of those pages are just like kind of like contestant information and pageant info. So we're looking at about 270 pages of actual like ad page sales. So if you go ahead and pull out a calculator and you do some math, $150 a pop times 270 is over 40 G's. Now that is a lot of money. And And this is on top of any kind of entry fees and anything else that the pageant may have like for sale. Like sometimes they have like little t-shirts you can buy and like photos and like teddy bears and like, for example, this little guy, look at him, isn't he cute? Don't you want to buy him? Like you just want to buy him, don't you? Like look, he can dance. He's got a little crown. So I mean, like something like this at a pageant is like $25. So you know, like you have little kids running around. How are you, like little kid's gonna want a teddy bear? You're gonna be that mom that doesn't buy your little kid a teddy bear and it's gonna be crying and screaming at you. You're gonna have an episode of like Toddlers and Tears where you just like smack the kid. Sorry, hopefully you don't do that. That's awful. Don't smack your kids. Anyways, so going back to what I was saying. Now, is it worth it to purchase these ad pages? That's the bottom line. I don't know. Let me ask you. Do you really, how bad do you want that crown and trophy? Like, is it worth it to you to spend, I don't know, like the $700-800 on like the 6-foot trophy or the 3-inch crown? If you want it that bad, go ahead and go on to like one of those wholesale websites. I found 6-foot trophies for like $50, 7-foot trophies for like $60. Ship it to your house. All you do is just like screw in like 3 screws and you have yourself a big trophy. I mean, if that's just what it comes down to, you want a trophy, do it that way. Save yourself some money. You know, I mean, my mom stopped paying for my pageants when I was 16. She's like, if you want to keep doing this shit some more, you're going to have to like get a job. And I'm like, okay. You know, once you start earning money like for yourself, you kind of start like being a little bit more cognizant of where you're spending that dough, you know? So just some ideas for you. All I'm saying is, you know, I'm not sure that the money that these pageants are, you know, taking in from contestants is really being dispersed how they say it is, you know, with prizes and you know, gifts and scholarships and whatnot. You know, for example, like a typical big prize at a pageant is like a $10,000 savings bond. A savings bond, you is, you know, look at half of that. It's about $5,000 that you'll get like cash on stage, which, you know, wow, that's an awesome prize, you know, really cool. That usually goes to like one person. Maybe they have like 2 of these like grand prizes available. Now let's say if this pageant made like, I don't know, anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000 and they're just giving out like, you know, $5,000, $10,000 in like scholarships. Those are like, you know, or cash money on stage, or they have like the venue and like the trophies and all this. I mean, you add everything together, you're like, where's the rest of the money going? I mean, think of it this way. A pageant is a business. And a lot of times young people don't look at it that way. You see a pageant as, you know, like this loving organization that's just out there to make you into a better person. It's going to provide you with, you know, all these wonderful opportunities and cultivate you and help perfect like certain skills, and you're going to be able to volunteer. And like, you don't think of it like as a business, but you know, in reality, a lot of it is a business. And I'm not saying that every single pageant out there is, you know, looking just to make money and they're like some kind of evil thing, or no, I'm not saying that, but you know, you have to look at this from a realistic perspective. They want to make money, and the way for them to stay in business is to go ahead and generate a profit. If they're not doing that, either they're getting all their funding from, I don't know, like sponsors or whatnot, but for most of these pageants out there, their goal is to make money. So they're making money from ad page sales, from contestant entries, you know, and any other little way they can, like selling like little trinkets and whatnot. And these are all things you just want to, you know, keep in mind. Now, I understand a young girl might be like, I don't care, give me my trophy. So, you know, I guess it's, you know, in the end, is it worth it to you? Ask yourself, would you rather take that $800 and do something else with it? I personally would, but, you know, that's just my opinion. And you'd be surprised at how like cheap some of this stuff actually like is to like get. Like, for example, this here crown. I'm tired, by the way. It's like really late at night and I was like filming videos earlier and I'm just like so anyways, this here crown, you know, it looks pretty nice, right? It looks pretty legit. Like, I would probably think that this crown costs a couple $100, but it is $110 off this like wholesale website. And the more you buy, like the cheaper they are. A lot of times these are coming like from China, and what they do is they like have a big order. So for example, if you purchase like 12 of these crowns, instead of costing $110 each, now they cost $50 each. So you kind of see, like, you know, when pageants have a lot of contestants and they purchase things in bulk, the cost does like go down. So, you know, all in all, I just want to point out, where's the money going? You know, I don't know. Are they donating it to homeless animals and hungry bears. I don't know. My personal opinion is that it's going to like whoever's running the pageant. They're sitting on a beach somewhere, like sipping away at a martini, going like, ha ha, yeah. So, I mean, do you want to fill their money up, their pockets up with more money, or would you rather take your money? And I don't know, if you get sponsors, go ahead and invest it on something that you need for the pageant, like the dress or like your entry fee or whatnot, or I don't know, something. Don't just waste it on ad page sales. Yeah. So that is my opinion. So it is just advice, you don't have to take it. But practice my pageant ways and bye. Say bye to your money, because a director needs you to sell ad pages and send them on vacation. They need to go on a cruise. Anyways, I hope you found this funny and somewhat informative. And I hope you have a great day. So, bye.